Hello Aquarius, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. As you guys can probably tell, I am currently fighting off a cold, so I'm very stuffed up and my voice is very raspy today, so please bear with me. I'm getting plenty of rest, but I really wanted to do readings today. So with that being said, Aquarius, let's jump into this recent past energy. Let's see what you guys have been dealing with. Fiery climax approaches and the answers you need are coming. I feel like this is a very stressed out, chaotic energy that you've been dealing with. Maybe a lot of conflict here, or a lot of like a lot of anger in this energy. And I feel like it's like granted, I am sick, but when I pulled this, I feel like I kind of feel like my head's spinning a little bit, like almost like it has you feeling really lost, maybe even a little bit blindsided. I don't necessarily know what happened here, but I do feel like it's affecting you. Let's look at your current energy here, Aquarius. Current energy for Aquarius, please. Balance spirituality and practicality, a time to give rather than take. With a new start is coming. So this is this energy of feeling really screwed over. I feel like you've given a lot to something, to somebody, and feeling as if you are just not, ended up getting screwed over in the end. And it's interesting because I feel like you're kind of sitting in this energy of feeling like wasted time or wasted effort or wasted energy, but I don't feel like that's the case. Because I feel like what happened, there was like this divine protection, almost like certain things came to light that made things really clear for you, and you were like, okay, like you saw somebody's true colors, or the truth of a situation came to light. And I feel like it was obviously very difficult, but I feel like this allows you to shift your energy toward like better things. It's almost like this shift here is opening up your energy for what is really aligned with you, like what aligns more with your worth. What does Aquarius need to know moving forward? So this is the energy you're in right now. Is kind of like this recovery. Conclusions are within reach. And it feels like the conclusion's in your favor. Believe in the impossible. So it's like this works out in your favor. Like what I hear is like you come out on top in this situation. I don't know what this is talking about. This is really interesting. You come out on top. Believe in the impossible. Like, especially if there's like injustice here, like I do feel that it's like karma works its magic almost. Overall theme of this for Aquarius. divine protection. I said that. I literally said divine protection. And then you have this full moon here, closing out a cycle. Excuse me. I feel like things feel really up in the air right now. And I think that that's what's really hard is like, maybe you lost a lot through this situation, but I almost feel like this feels like gaining back everything that you gave and didn't get in return. And then some. Because yeah, your spiritual team's saying you don't have to worry about this. Like you're protected. Like things are gonna work out in your favor here. I don't necessarily know what that means or like how that applies to this situation, but let's dive into this more. All right, Aquarius. Also, sorry. I know this probably isn't fun to hear me talk like this, but hopefully you can bear with me. All right, recent past for Aquarius. If fiery climax approaches, the answers you need are coming. Believe it or not, it's not fun for me either. I'm at that point of being sick where it's like I feel better, but like my the symptoms are still there, and it's just kind of annoying at this point. All right, recent past for Aquarius. The fiery climax approaches, the answers you need are coming. Ooh. So, and I said you lost a lot through this. So I feel like you really relied on someone or something here for a lot of support. And I feel like you gave a lot to this situation and you ended up getting really screwed over, right? We talked about that. But then you have this magician. But this magician feels kind of like a hidden energy. Almost like you don't know what's manifesting. It's like there's some stuff happening behind the scenes here. Sometimes it feels like things fall apart. But as things fall apart, it's actually setting the stage for things to fall back together in a way that's like even better than what you might be expecting. So I don't know. It's really interesting the way that this is coming through, but I also feel like it's like it feels good. It doesn't feel good to you. You know, I think that everything lost eventually is gained back, right? All the love lost, we can experience again. All the abundance lost, the money lost, like we can attract that again. And I think that that's what this is talking about. Because the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is kind of giving this like dependence energy. Like you were very dependent on somebody or on something. You thought you could trust. Come to find out you couldn't. So yeah, feeling really screwed over, but like I said, this feels like it works out in your favor. Current energy for Aquarius, a time to give rather than take. Balance spirituality and practicality. Two of Pentacles. Because now you're in this energy of reprioritizing. It's like, I gave too much to that, or like, that wasn't, because the Seven of Swords in reverse, certain things were revealed, and now you're like, okay, no, like, I'm done pouring into that, or I'm done, ooh. I like how you're handling this. This is a very mature energy. King of Cups. King of Cups to me is a very mature energy, a very emotionally mature energy. It's like, I feel like you have a right to kind of like freak out here, but you're not. I feel like it's just calmly being like, okay, I'm removing myself from this, or like I'm distancing myself, or like, good to know. It's kind of like, now I know how to move different. That's what this feels like. Doesn't mean it doesn't suck. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Doesn't mean it hasn't been hard. But I feel like there's a part of you that knows you're very protected here. And I think that makes it very easy for you, because it's like, okay, now that I know that that's the case, let's close that chapter and let's open up to the new one. Like it's very, it's like calm. Doesn't mean you feel calm. Doesn't mean you're not angry and frustrated. And I honestly think that, like, don't be afraid to feel how you feel. Like, you're allowed to feel however you feel. But I also feel very, like, you know, when we feel divinely protected, there's like this weird sense of inner peace that comes with it, where it's like, even though we feel sad or we feel frustrated, it's like there's this part of us that's like, I don't know, this feels like it's for the best. And I think that that's kind of what's happening here. Is it's like there's a part of you that knows that this is really for the best, but I feel like, you know, you're just taking the time to really process everything. But the way that you're handling this, it kind of feels like that's part of the why, like, things are going to work out in your favor here, because you're not lashing out. It's not an eye for an eye. It's not a, I'm going to make you as miserable as you made me. It's not being petty. It's not like, that's not the energy you're in. And I think that that shows a lot of maturity too, but that also is like what opens us up to good things, because when we start to get like vindictive or we start to have this vendetta, like our energy gets a little icky, right? And then we start to attract kind of negative things into our life. And I've really learned that, like, the best revenge is a life well lived. And I think that that's what you're kind of setting yourself up for here. This is a really interesting reading. This is a little bit different than, like, literally all of the readings have been for me this week. What does Aquarius need to know moving forward? The Tower leads to the Queen of Pentacles. This is like calm, stability. The Hierophant. The King of Pentacles. So one of the things that I feel like is trying to come through with this King and Queen of Pentacles is that, like, materially, it feels like things are going to work out in your favor. Like everything, and I already kind of said this, but like everything that you've lost, everything that you're given, this feels like is returned to you, because you're sitting in this energy of like abundance and grounding and like certainty, where it's almost like this can't really impact me or affect me anymore because, oh, excuse me, look at my life now. Like, look at where I'm at. Like, look how far I've come. This is kind of crazy. It's almost like and we didn't see the Wheel of Fortune, which actually is very surprising for me, because this is giving this Wheel of Fortune energy where it's like things work out in your favor despite what like has been done to you, or despite what people have tried to do for you, tried to do to you, despite how people have tried to hold you back, despite how people have tried to dim your light. It's like you've overcome so much, and like the way that you're showing up in this energy is quite inspiring. And I think that like that is really what leads you to this very stable energy here. Is it's like you didn't let certain things break you. You didn't let it change you too. I think that that's one of the hardest things, is like hurt people tend to hurt people, right? Oh my goodness. See, I'm getting frustrated with my symptoms. But it's like you didn't change. You didn't change who you are. You didn't change how much you love. You didn't close your heart off. You may want to. You may have wanted to, but it feels like you were like, no, like this isn't gonna affect me. You know, and I think that, I mean, not that it doesn't affect you, but it's not going to change who you are and how you show up. And I feel like you keep moving with love. You keep moving with good intentions. And that's going to pay off here, Aquarius. It is. It absolutely is. And I think that that's where it's like the universe really does reward good intentions. Like it does. The universe rewards good intentions and good hearts. And sometimes it feels like it doesn't, because I think that when we have good intentions and we have good hearts, we tend to attract people who don't. And it can feel like we're getting really screwed over for a long time, right? But through all of that, you start to raise your standards and your sense of self-worth, and you start to learn how strong you really are and how valuable you really are. And eventually you do start to attract what's meant for you, that it's almost like, people who are bitter, or people who make us feel bad, or people who screw us over, like, people treat us how they feel about themselves. Like, unhappy people do not treat other people well, or let me say different. Happy people don't treat other people poorly. So, like, the reason that the best revenge is a life well lived is because it's like you can get to this place in your life where you have your stability and you have the love that you need and things work out for you, and it's like you know that you're in such a good place moving forward, despite knowing that the people who hurt you or harmed you, like, they're not going to be able to experience all that wonderful thing, all the wonderful things that you get to. So then you get to look back with empathy, right? You get to say, wow, it makes me sad that you don't get to experience these things. I wish you could. I hope you heal, things of that nature. But yeah, I really feel like this is you coming out on top in this situation. And right now it might not feel like it. It might feel like you're quote unquote losing or further behind or whatever. I talk about superhero movies a lot because my husband got me really into Marvel. And now he's going to be really into DC. But I've kind of noticed this theme in all superhero movies where there's always this time in the movie where it looks like the bad guys are going to win. Where it looks like the good guys are going to lose and the bad guys are going to win. But every single time, the good guys come out on top. And I feel like that's what you need to know. Like, you're going to come out on top in this situation. So don't worry about what's out of your control right now. You are very divinely protected. Your path is divinely protected. Nobody can ruin your ability to experience abundance or love. Nobody can stand in your way of that. I mean, obviously, except for you, but I don't feel like you are. And I honestly feel, Aquarius, you should be very proud of how you're handling things because it's a very mature, emotionally mature energy. And I think that you will see that pay off for you in the end. But I'm going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to dive deeper. My video cut out on me right as I ended this reading. But before I end this video, I just want to reiterate that I am hosting a workshop on September 19th at 6 p.m. Central Time, all about manifesting financial freedom and transforming your relationship with money. I am very, very excited for this workshop. It's been a long time coming. In my past life, I was a financial advisor. Now I'm a spiritual coach, so I still help people with their financial situation, but in a very different capacity. And this workshop is going to be taking a combination of my knowledge of, practical knowledge around finance, as well as like my spiritual knowledge around that, and putting it into one workshop. I get a lot of questions about guidance around money on my channel they're really hard to answer in a comment or an email. So this is my opportunity to provide guidance around that for you guys. The workshop, like I said, is September 19th at 6 p.m. It is live. However, if you can't make it live but still want to be a part of it, you can... if you purchase a ticket, you'll also receive access to the recording and all of the materials that'll be sent out the next day. So you don't have to make it live in order to purchase a ticket. Any information for that is at the very top of the description box below. Thank you so much, Aquarius, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Aquarius.